people. It is Wednesday. I didn't record Monday or Tuesday. I am in officially week 15, but I'm all done with everything. So yeah, it's week 15, but it's like I'm just doing my review course at this point. So I really wish I would have recorded Monday, which I think I did a little bit, but not really. And I wish I would have recorded yesterday because at this precise moment, so if you graduate college, um, after you finish, you feel it's really like a transition period. It's a transition period from like having deadlines, papers, discussions, expectations of you every single week, certain days of the week. Like you're very like regimented to get stuff done. And then you go from that to none of it at all, right? Like, so you can set your own deadlines. You can set your own tasks for the day. You can still work and everything else, but it's not the same. And so I feel like initially, when you're counting down and you're like, oh, I can't wait to be done. I'm gonna do this. Da, 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 da. Like once it happens, you're kind of like, the first day you're like, yay, I'm done. Like I can do whatever I want now. Second day, you're like, well, okay, I'm still free. I can do what I want, but I don't know what to do. Third day, you're like, oh my gosh, I got so much anxiety because what am I going to do now? I don't know what to do. I could do this. I could do that. I could do this. Now, through my education journey, right, I meant to, especially this last program, I meant to like talk about like my mental health personally. And I don't know that I wanted it to be a separate video. However, it was during this program that I got diagnosed with ADHD. And I already had like anxiety and depression and stuff like that. But the anxiety I got my anxiety somewhat under control. Got my depression is great. Like I take Wellbutrin for that. I stand 10 toes down on Wellbutrin. That has really picked me up a lot. So the depression, I'm good. Anxiety, it's decent, like I can manage. I have to do a lot of like right now, I feel like a lot of pressure to do different things, right? Because I'm out of school. So I know I have to study for my board exams, but I also have a house to clean. I also have laundry to do that we ran out of laundry soap, and I literally just got some this morning to catch up on laundry. Like I got clothes to fold. I got a Christmas tree still waiting to be decorated. And then there's dinner, and then there's thinking about lunches for tomorrow. Like there's so many things that I could be doing that sometimes like it paralyzes me in a sense where I get so overwhelmed that I just don't do anything at all. And then at the end of the day, I feel like horrible. Because not horrible, but I feel bad. Like, oh, I had all this time to do it while the kids were at school, but I didn't do anything productive or that I felt was productive. Why when I was doing my planners, it made me feel like I had a plan. Like, if I didn't do anything else, I know I crossed this off of this list and I can visually see it and know that I did something today. I gotta go let my dog in, so I'm gonna take y'all with me. So that is, so I said all that to say, I am kind of struggling right now because for me, school has always been what kept me in check and kept me like, doing everything that I needed to do, that I would always procrastinate on. So I feel like I'm entering like a new stage in my life, career, and everything to where I have to have self-imposed deadlines. And before, I would say like, when it was school related, it was fine. But now that I'm not in school, I used to say like, before I started school, like, oh yeah, I can give myself deadlines, but I would, I'm always flexible with the deadlines I give myself, so I can just push it back, push it back, push it back, push it back. But now I'm starting to set career goals. I'm starting to look forward, and I need to be a little bit more, not deadline focused. I need to be more like disciplined, if you will. So that's where I am right now. Yeah. So anyhow, so I kind of third day, fourth day, I'm kind of like, telling my husband like, oh, I don't have any deadlines, so I feel like I'm just free falling. Like I'm just like I don't know what to do with myself, and then, that's sometimes a good problem to have, but I'm still like on the adrenaline of school. And so it's actually, I don't know if people really talk about it a lot. Like it's really like a thing, at least for me. And I've graduated 3 times. 4 if you count high school. So graduated high school, I didn't feel that because I went right into college. And then I was, at a university for a few years, transferred to a 2-year, got my associates, graduated, felt the same exact way, but was studying for my NCLEX. Took my NCLEX pass, started working, so it kind of eased up. I was making money, and I was, being able to afford the things that before would have to, be paycheck to paycheck. And then did my bachelor's. After I finished that, I'm like, well, heck, what now? And then I threw myself back into my YouTube and studying languages and stuff, um and then had a baby, moved to Texas, had a miscarriage, had a baby, and then decided, what, I don't want to go back into shift work, like not in the hospital sense, like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't like my job prospects. So I decided to go back to school because why not? Like I'm at home anyway. My baby is 6 months, but he's a preemie. And so I might as well make use of this time, right? So I went back to school. And so for 2.5 years, like that's been me, like trying to juggle everything, and anxieties up here because I got all this stuff to do and all these moving pieces, and kids got to be here, they got to do homework, they got to study, they got to do all the things, create memories, and have family time. You got to do all the things while you're in school, to try to balance like work, home, and family. And to just because I'm in school doesn't mean life stops for them. Just because I'm in school doesn't mean that, you know, their childhood freezes and then we can always make up these memories in times later. Like that's not how it works. And for me, it was important for me to make sure like my kids have memories. Like I want them to look back on their childhood and be like, oh yeah, I remember when my parents and I did this, or me and my brothers did this, or we went here or there. Because I felt like I have that, and I felt like everybody's childhood wasn't like super perfect 10 out of 10, but I feel like I had a good childhood, and I often look back on my childhood and be like, yeah, I have no complaints. I was bad, yeah, I got in trouble, grounded, and everything else, but in general, I can look back on my childhood with a lot of good memories. A lot of times where, you know, me and my sisters would get super excited to go 4 hours up north to visit our, extended family. And we'll be like, turning around in circles in the living room and, acting all goofy and crazy. So, that's just a little example, but like we had other like memories and stuff like that. Um, but I want them to have that same experience. And this year, as stressful as it has been with school, I will say that the boys traveled. So they spent part of their summer, a little bit of their summer in Ohio with my parents. Right after that, we went to South Padre. Um, and for like, I think we went for 3, 4 days or something like that. So that was nice. We've never been down there. And then we went to, where else did we go? I think we went to Louisiana for my graduation. And then we went to Ohio again for the holidays, spent 6 days. And so, yeah, those were our 4 main trips this year. And so that's more than we ever have done, like in 1 year that I can remember right now. So, but nevertheless, so right now I feel like I'm going through a transition period. I feel like I'm going through a time where it's supposed to be less stress, but I'm more stressed because I'm trying to, um, I got a lot on my plate. I'm trying to study. I'm trying to find a job. You know, um, I'm trying to figure out my new role as a wife, mom, and soon to be, nurse practitioner, and how that all works out. I got two kids in sports right now, and then once one kid's sports stop, the other one, his never stop. His don't stop to the summer. So it's like it's just constant go. I'm like, gosh, I don't remember the 90s being this busy, but anyways. So yeah, so that's where I am right now. Um, I think once everything kind of settled down for me, I think I need like some self-care time. I think I need time to like, um, get a massage or get my nails done, my feet done, get my hair retwisted, just kind of pour back into me and then be able to come back with like a renewed uh, perspective. So yeah. And I am I think I'm gonna do the whole coaching thing to, they say a good mental health provider or um, anybody that works in mental health, honestly, you don't have to be a provider, but it's also good for you to have a therapist as well, and to, or coaching but therapy really. And I believe that to be true. Like I did um, uh, start therapy for myself. And I think it's a good thing because I'm able to process some things, that I don't think I would have 100% processed if I didn't. And I'm really good at like holding on to things, very good actually. And then trying to do the most for everyone and everybody but myself. So, anyway, um, so today's Wednesday, and I am slightly anxious, but I'm going to pick up this mess that my kids made because they were in my office for what reason I don't know, and they know they can't be in here. I'm gonna pick up this mess, which I can show you guys. One second. Uh-oh. This is the mess. So I'm gonna pick this up, and then I'm going to get my little desk organized decently. I'm gonna start my review. Actually, I gotta finish my question bank questions. And then one thing I like about the review course that I'm using, NP Exam Coach with Dr. Lopez, is that he has like pre-recorded videos on the site, and then he has the question banks, and then he also records the live classes that he do each week, and he records the Kahoot live that he does on Thursdays, and then he also records the crash review live, and then he puts it on the website. So it doesn't matter where I am in my studies, or if there's one coming up, which there is one coming up this weekend, I can always go back and review. So after this weekend, if there's not another one by the time I take my exam or before I take my exam, I can always go back to the website and review one from previous. So so I like it. So if you are looking for a review coach, check out a review course. Check out NP Exam Coach with Dr. Lopez. And if y'all just want to wait and see how I do, I'm taking my exam in January, and I'll let y'all know. Peace out.